What if I told you? The more you love her, the more you lose yourself. You give, you wait, you hope. But nothing comes back, does it? She laughs at your jokes, but never asks how your day was. She replies, hours later, sometimes not at all. And when you finally get to talk, it feels like you're chasing a ghost. You keep thinking, maybe if I say the right thing, maybe if I just show her how much I care, maybe then she'll choose me. But she doesn't. She never does. Let's stop pretending. You're not in love. You're in emotional debt. You keep paying with your time, your heart, your thoughts, but she never gives you anything real in return. You're like a candle, burning yourself out just to give her light. And brother, that's not love. That's loss of your power, of your peace, of your self-respect. Now here's the twist that no one tells you. She's not doing it by accident. She knows you'll be there. She knows you'll reply fast. She knows you'll say yes, even when you want to say no. She's not keeping you close because she loves you. She's keeping you close because you're easy to keep. You're stuck in a game you didn't agree to play. A game where she holds the ball and you just wait on the sidelines. Day after day, night after night, hoping she'll pick you. But here's what Stoic men do differently. They don't chase a spot in someone else's life. They build their own life. So strong, so full, that anyone not all in gets left behind. This isn't about becoming cold. This is about becoming clear. No more, maybe she likes me. No more, if I just wait longer. No more, what if I lose her? Because if she's not giving, you're not losing. You're freeing yourself. From now on, it's not about proving anything. It's about protecting your peace. So what do you do next? You turn your back on chasing and turn your heart toward purpose. You become calm, quiet, unbothered. You become stoic. You let your absence speak louder than your words ever could, because the man who doesn't beg for love commands it. Silence isn't weakness, it's power. What happens when the guy who always texts first just stops? What happens when the man who never says no finally walks away without a word? She notices. She feels it. And guess what? She starts wondering, where did he go? That silence. It's not empty. It's loud. Louder than all the texts you sent. Louder than all the good mornings she ignored. Let me break it down for you. You thought your words would pull her in, but they didn't. You thought your kindness would win her over, but it didn't. You thought the more you showed up, the more she'd care. But all it did was make her bored. Because here's the truth nobody taught you. Availability kills mystery. And when you're always there, she stops looking for you. But when you fall silent, when you choose yourself, that's when the game changes. You're not ghosting. You're not pulling back. You're just finally living. You stop checking your phone every 5 minutes. You stop caring if she watched your story. You stop asking, what did I do wrong? Because now you realize something deep. You don't need her attention to feel alive. You need your mission, your mind, your peace. Women chase mystery. They crave men who are doing something, not waiting around like a puppy. When you disappear into your purpose, into your work, into your peace, she feels that shift, and she will test you. She'll send a hey. She'll drop a you good. But this time, you don't rush to respond. You choose when and if to answer. Because now, you're not looking for her to give you meaning. You found your own. And let me tell you something crazy. That's the moment she'll feel something new. Respect. Not because you begged for it, but because you walked like you owned it. You've said enough. Now, your absence is the loudest message she'll ever hear. She can't crave what's always there. Why does she chase the guy who doesn't text her, but ignore the one who sends good morning every day? Why does she dream about the man who's nowhere to be found, while losing interest in the guy who's always available? Crazy, right? But there's a reason. You don't crave what's easy. You crave what's rare. Let's talk about this strange thing called scarcity. Imagine this. There's a candy bar on your table every day. Same place. Same time. You don't even notice it after a while. But imagine there's a candy bar that only shows up once a month. You'd be counting the days. You'd protect it. You'd want it more. Now, you're not candy. But the rule still applies. If you're always around, always texting first dash, always waiting on her next move, you're not exciting. You're expected. And expected things get ignored. You must become a rare experience. Not just another guy in her notifications. Stop giving her constant access. Start giving her space to feel your absence. The more she has to wonder where you are, the more she'll start to value where you used to be. Because when you disappear from her world, you create an echo, a silent one that whispers, "He's not like the rest." Let her sit in that space. Let her feel the emptiness you used to fill. Don't rush back in. Don't explain yourself. That emptiness, it's what teaches her who you really were. And if she doesn't notice your absence, good. She never deserved your presence. You're not doing this to trick her. You're not playing hard to get. You're just too focused on building a life so full that no woman becomes your whole world. You're becoming rare. And rare things are never chased. They're chosen. You don't prove your worth. You live it. Why do some guys give her flowers, gifts, and attention and still get ignored? While the man who gives her nothing but silence haunts her mind for weeks? Because proving your worth is actually how you lose it. Let's break something today. Something that's been drilled into your brain by movies, songs, and bad advice. Show her how much you care. Make her feel special. Work to win her over. Sounds sweet, right? But here's the dark truth. If you're trying to prove yourself to her, you're already telling her you're not enough. Real value doesn't speak loudly. It just exists. A lion doesn't roar to show it's a lion. It just walks, and the jungle moves. You don't prove, you live. What does that look like? You have goals. You have your own time. You don't pause your life waiting for her reply. You lead, you grow, you build. And if she's there to witness it, great. But if she's not, you keep going anyway, because you're not a performer in her circus. You are the main character in your own story. And here's what's wild. When you stop proving yourself, something crazy happens. She starts trying to prove herself to you. Why? Because your silence isn't weakness, it's power. Your absence isn't rejection, it's purpose. You're not ignoring her, you're choosing you. Let her feel the weight of a man who doesn't need to be liked. Let her chase the mystery of your calm. Let her realize she can't control what she doesn't fully understand. That's when she starts to lean in. That's when you stop chasing, because now she is. The hidden magnet, the power of scarcity. What if I told you? The less you're around her, the more she starts to crave you. Sounds backward, right? But it's not. It's called scarcity, and it's the secret sauce that flips the game. Let's pretend for a second. Imagine you walk into a candy store. There's a big jar full of candy on the shelf. You grab some. You eat one. You don't think twice. Now picture this. A tiny golden box behind glass. Only one piece of candy inside. No label. No price. You stare at it. You want it. You can't stop thinking about it. Why? Because you can't easily have it. That's what happens when you become that golden box. When you're always texting, always calling, always showing up. You become the jar on the shelf. But when you have your own path, your own mission, and you're not always available, boom, you become the golden mystery. She starts wondering, where is he? Why hasn't he called? Who else is he giving his energy to? That's when her imagination does the work for you. Scarcity isn't about being fake. It's about being focused. You don't disappear to punish her. You simply have better things to do than wait around for half-hearted love. You make your time precious. Because it is. You stop being a boy who begs for attention and become a man who protects his presence. When she realizes you're not chasing her like the rest, when your world doesn't stop spinning for her mood swings, that's when the attraction spikes. That's when you become the prize. In the next stage, we'll unlock the rare energy of emotional control. How your silence, your pause, your calm becomes the most addictive sound she never hears. Silence speaks louder. The secret power of emotional control. What if I told you the strongest thing you could ever say is nothing at all? Not yelling, not chasing, not even explaining. Just calm, quiet, steady power. Most guys, They panic when a girl pulls away. She acts cold. He sends 12 texts. She says, "I need space." He shows up more. She plays games. He plays harder. Guess what? Every time you react fast and loud, you hand her your power. You give her control. But the Stoic man, he knows better. He feels that storm inside. The anger, the confusion, the need to be heard. But he doesn't let those emotions drive the car. He breathes. He watches. He waits. Because here's the truth. Emotionally controlled men are dangerous in the best way. Why? Because women can't read them, can't push them, can't move them. And that mystery, that calm silence, it drives her wild. She'll try to spark a fire just to see if you'll explode. But when you stay cool, when you don't rise to every test, you show her something most men can't. You are not a slave to your feelings. You are the master of them. And women don't want to lead. They want to feel safe. And a man who can handle his own emotions can handle hers too. That's attractive. That's masculine. That's AURA. So the next time she pushes, let your stillness be your answer. You don't need to prove yourself. You don't need to chase her moods. You just stay grounded and let her come back to your peace. The trap of fake confidence and what real power feels like. Ever seen a guy who walks in the room all loud and flashy? Brand new watch, new shoes, showing off his money. But deep down, something feels off. Like he's trying too hard to look strong. That's not power. That's panic, dressed up. Here's what most people don't understand. Real confidence is quiet. Fake confidence screams. The loudest guy in the room? Usually the most scared. He needs people to look at him. He needs women to approve of him. He needs attention just to feel okay. But a man who's actually confident, he doesn't need anything. Because he knows who he is. And that's the big secret. Real confidence isn't about how you look. It's about what you've been through. It's about staying calm when life gets crazy. It's about being able to walk away when something doesn't serve you. It's about standing still while others beg for attention. Women can feel it. They can smell when you're trying too hard. They can tell when you don't believe in yourself. No cologne or car can hide that. But when you walk with quiet strength, when you speak only when it matters, when you aren't rattled by silence or rejection, that's when her eyes lock on you. Because you're different, because you're solid, because you don't chase, you attract. So stop chasing confidence from things. You won't find it in likes or gifts or other people's praise. You find it in discipline, in your word, in your ability to be okay, alone. And when that confidence becomes your aura, she'll feel it. She'll want to be near it. She'll wonder why you're not like the others. Make her chase you by making her wonder. The magnetic power of purpose. What happens when a man stops chasing a woman and starts chasing his mission? Something crazy, something powerful, happens. She starts chasing him, not because he tried to impress her, not because he sent a sweet text, but because he became a mystery. Let me tell you something wild. A woman doesn't fall in love with your attention. She falls in love with your absence. Not because you're ignoring her, but because your life is so full. She has to earn her place in it. You're building something. You have goals. You wake up early, train hard, and focus on your life. And suddenly, she's not sure where she stands with you. That little feeling, that mystery, that's the spark that drives her curiosity. And curiosity turns into obsession. Here's the secret most men miss. Your purpose is the most attractive part of you. Not your looks, not your money, not your charm. It's your direction. When you're walking towards something bigger than her, she doesn't feel ignored. She feels pulled into your world. That's why a Stoic man doesn't explain himself. He doesn't say, "Hey, sorry I didn't text back. I was working on my dream." Number. He just works. He just moves. And she feels the space. That space makes her wonder. That wondering makes her reach out. Remember, you don't need to show off your mission. You just need to have one. Something that drives you. Something that lights a fire in your chest. Something that says, "I am not here to entertain. I'm here to build." And when you live like that, she'll feel like she's missing out if she's not part of your journey. Not because you made her feel that way, but because your life speaks louder than any words. This, the power of silence. Speak less, impact more. What if I told you that the quietest man in the room often has the loudest presence? Yeah. The man who says less, feels more, and controls himself. He's the one everyone watches, especially her. See, when a man can sit in silence, when he doesn't rush to explain himself, when he pauses before reacting, he becomes different. He becomes the kind of man that makes a woman think, "Wait, what is he thinking? Why doesn't he chase? Why does it feel like I'm the one proving myself now?" This is not about ignoring her. It's about being so emotionally grounded that you don't get pulled into drama. You don't chase answers. You don't beg for attention. You don't explain yourself to get a reaction. You sit back. You watch. You respond with calm eyes and few words. That's power. Most guys talk too much when they feel insecure. They explain, they argue, they try to fix everything with words. But a Stoic man, he knows something deeper. Words don't always fix things, but silence. Silence reveals the truth. When you stop speaking just to be heard, you start being respected. Think about it. If she gives you mixed signals and you go quiet, she feels it. She starts questioning herself. And in that silence, she'll either chase you or show you she never cared in the first place. Both are wins for you. This kind of silence isn't cold. It's calm. It says, I don't need to prove myself. I already know who I am. And that aura, that unshakable calm, that's what pulls her in. Not your loud words, not your begging, but your peaceful distance. And guess what? When you master the power of silence, you never chase respect again. It walks toward you on its own. Now, get ready for the final stage. Because next, we'll unlock the final piece. How a man who chooses himself first becomes the man women never forget. When you choose you, she'll either rise or disappear. Here's the truth no one tells you. The moment you choose yourself, fully, fiercely, finally, she'll have only two choices: rise to meet your level or vanish into the past. Look, most men are waiting for her to choose them, waiting for her to change, waiting for her to finally see their worth. But that's not what Stoic men do. Stoic men don't wait to be chosen. They choose themselves every single day. They say, I am not your second option. I am not your backup plan. I am the main story, or I'm gone. And here's the wild part. When you finally say enough, when you stop explaining, when you walk away with calm power, that's when everything changes. Suddenly she sees you differently. She remembers your silence, your stillness, your strength. You become the mystery that haunts her, the calm she craves, the man she now has to work to get back. But this isn't about revenge. It's about peace. You're not walking away to punish her. You're walking away to protect yourself. You're not trying to prove anything. You're just done begging to be seen. You're building your own world now. A world where you're the sun, not some shadow chasing someone else's light. She will notice. They always do. She'll wonder why your energy feels different. Why you're harder to reach, harder to shake, harder to forget. That's what happens when a man becomes whole. Not needy, not chasing, not proving, just living, with fire in his chest and peace in his heart. So here's the final lesson. Let go of who she wants you to be and become who you were born to be. She'll either level up or fade out. Either way, you win, because this time, you chose you.